So if you can give a brief introduction about yourself first.
I am the MP for South Galore constituency in Male.
Okay, so if you can give details about the resolution that you have moved in Parliament, if you can give some details about it, when did you move that resolution and all?
So I requested the Speaker to summon the Foreign Minister to the Parliament for questioning regarding the derogatory remarks by some of the government's senior officials day before yesterday. And while the Parliament is still in recess, we are trying to hold a special session within the recess for the summons.
Okay, so how do you see the actions taken by the current government against the ministers who made such derogatory remarks?
So I think what the government has done is not sufficient. I think that it requires, the gravity of the situation requires that the government issues a formal apology as well as immediately terminate the said deputy ministers in question. I think suspension is not the right way to go about it, and I think we have had a very strong and valuable relationship with India, and I think the ruling party needs to weigh what the Maldives requires more, whether what the Maldives values more, whether it values its relationship with India or it is holding the relationship and the loyalty the said deputy ministers have with the ruling party as more important.
So when can we see that in the Parliament? I mean, when will the Parliament reconvene?
Oh, the official date for the Parliament to reconvene is February, but we are trying to hold a session within the recess as well.
So as we speak, the Maldivian president is in China. He's supposed to meet the president of China, Xi Jinping, breaking away from the tradition of visiting India first as their first foreign destination. How do you see such shift in the policy?
Well, I am sad to see that Maldives has steered away from its age-old foreign policy, which would always put India first, and it was a very balanced foreign policy approach where we, I think, understood the realities of our geography as well and our mutual strategic interests, and we have always remembered that we are India's backyard, and I think that is a reality that we cannot ignore or disregard. So it is very disappointing that the government has taken this approach and steered away from years and years of foreign policy that the Maldives has maintained.
So we have seen what China has done to Sri Lanka. As I mentioned, he is in China and key agreements are supposed to be signed. Do you think Mali is going the same way under President Muizzu?
Well, I am concerned that there is the lack of transparency in disclosing the agreements and keeping us privy, the Parliament privy to such agreements. And we had recently heard that they had made a 30-day visa-free. Sorry, we had recently seen that the government declared that Chinese tourist arrivals wouldn't need a visa anymore, but we have had a 30-day visa-free rule for all countries in the Maldives, so it is a bit strange for them to announce such things.
So what will you say on India's assistance to Mali that it has provided over the years, be it COVID vaccines or supporting through Operation Pani? How do you think that this is going to have an impact on the tourism? Because since this controversy has begun, there has been a decline in the Indian tourists who have been coming to Maldives. So what will you say on assistance, and what impact do you think it will have on the tourism sector?
Well, India has always been our strongest ally when in our time of need, and India has always given us a helping hand. Be it the 1988 coup, which we had here, or the COVID vaccines which were provided to us, and we were the first, I think, country to have received such assistance from India. India has always been with us, and I think that what's happening is, although it is sad and appalling, I don't find it shocking. That I find that this is the culmination of years and years of systematic anti-India rhetoric that has been spewed by the current ruling party, and I think it is very sad that they are finding it hard to differentiate between working as opposition activists and now managing their roles as ministers of a government.
Thank you, sir.